Just let it in.
Hello, my name is Fu Manchu, and welcome to the Fu Bar. That's right. This is where we talk about things other than toys. And yes, today we will be doing a review, and in fact we'll be reviewing the following. Today's review will be on the Star Wars The Force Awakens, Riot Control Stormtrooper, and Poe Dameron in, I guess, civilian clothes or whatever. His normal clothes, not an X-Wing clothes. But that review will happen a little later in this video. First, I'd like to talk to you about a little movie you might have heard of called, The Force Awakens. Yeah, you might have heard about that. Well, you know, I went to the movies recently and I saw the new James Bond movie, Spectre. Yeah, well, I joined Spectre and they still haven't sent me a ring. Where's my ring? I swear to... Anyways, yeah, I saw the trailer for The Force Awakens, the longer trailer on the big screen. And oh my gosh, you know, I've seen it here on YouTube and stuff like that. And oh man, when you see it on the big screen, it looks 10 times, well, a billion times better, man. And the sound effects and everything, the theater was rumbling. But anyways, I've been talking to my wife about the show, you know, off and on. I kind of bring it up and stuff like that. And, you know, we watch a lot of these speculation videos and people predicting things and stuff. And I told her something that I really think is going to happen, or at least I hope happens. You know, I can't know that it'll happen, but I hope that it does. And she said, you know, I haven't heard that anywhere, and if there's anybody else out there saying it, hey, okay, cool, whatever, I don't care. But seriously, she said, you ought to make a prediction video about The Force Awakens. And I said, why? Everybody else is doing it. Red Letter Media did it, and it's awesome, man. They pointed out a lot of stuff. And anyways, she said, well, you still should do it, but at least talk about the one thing that you keep bringing up. And I said, okay, why not? So, that's what this FUBAR episode will be about. A prediction for The Force Awakens. So if you don't want to see it, go to the door over there. The exit's over there. And over there. And up there. That thing is still on the roof. Now, I'm in no way claiming that this is going to happen in the movie, but I really hope it does. You see, in the Phantom Menace, they made a big mistake, and a lot of people agree, by killing off Darth Maul. So, I think in this new trilogy, because they're always a trilogy, I think they're going to make sure that they don't do the same mistake again. So here's my theory, guys, and maybe I'm wrong, but I hope I'm right. Now, anyways, this is Rey, no last name, whatever her name will be. And everybody's claiming, oh, well, she's probably Luke Skywalker or Han Solo or so-and-so from the first movie's kid, whatever. Well, I think she's a little too young to be their kids and stuff like that. So what I would think is she's probably going to be the kid of somebody else. But I do think family is going to fit into it, but not in a way that we think. Now anyways, in the Japanese trailer, she says the following.
I know all about waiting. For my family.
Now we have verification that she is waiting on her long-lost family, and a lot of people have speculated how much she looks like Natalie Portman. So, I mean, if that were her, say, grandmother, then yeah, I could see the resemblance. But I think a lot of people are skipping one major thing.
I don't know your name.
Finn.
I'm Rey.
Now, if she's Luke Skywalker's daughter, or whatever, or even Princess Leia and Han Solo's daughter, well, then why does she have a British accent? Yeah, I don't know that she would just pick up that accent on the planet of Jakku. I don't know, guys, but are we skipping over the fact that she's British? I don't know about that, guys. Now, I think one clue is right here. Now, you might be saying, how is that a clue? Well, I think if you look at her eyes in the little visor, a lot of people have pointed out that it looks like Stormtrooper eyes. That's right. But what else looks a little like Stormtrooper eyes?
Nothing will stand in our way. I will finish.
Yeah, I think Mr. Kylo Ren's mask looks a little familiar if you compare it to her little sand mask that she's wearing at the beginning. Now, my theory is the following. I believe that Kylo Ren and Rey are brother and sister, and they are twins. Because a lot of people have said that this could be Luke Skywalker in there, but obviously the body type is all wrong, and we do know that Kylo Ren does appear with his mask off. And he has long, shaggy Anakin hair, that's right, and poor old Finn there, he does not look very happy, does he? He's like, oh crap! Now, in the trailer we hear someone say, the Force is calling to you, just let it in. And as you can see here, Rey's a little upset by something, so she's letting, her sadness and anger get to her, and that leads to what Yoda said? Oh, I believe it was the dark side. And if you notice in this scene right here... Now, I think the way that scene is framed, it looks like she's firing at Stormtroopers. That's the way it's supposed to trick your mind. But obviously when she fires, when I saw this on the big screen, the light is reflected in her eyes, causing them to look very red, which is another, key sign to say, hey, maybe she's turning to the dark side. But you know what? That's what I really want to happen. I want her and Kylo Ren to end, I want the movie to end with her turning to the dark side and becoming, basically Kylo Ren's right-hand man. They could be partners. They're like, equals. The twins. It's the twin thing, because now we'll have two twins that are bad guys. And yes, I totally understand that the following happens in the Japanese trailer. But to back up my theory, he's still wearing a mask so she wouldn't recognize him, and her back is turned to him. And for all we know, he's knighting her in with a sword, they are called the Knights of Ren. Why not? Just don't touch her shoulder with it, that would be very bad. So there's my totally idiotic Force Awakens theory, and I'm not saying it's true, guys. Seriously, you don't have to tell me I'm an idiot. I already know that. I'm just hoping that it's true. I want Rey and Kylo Ren to be brother and sister. I really want to have a set of twin Dark Force users. Oh my gosh, that would be so amazing. And I think it would be a great turn for that character of Rey. I think it would be so cool, and that's what I want to happen. So JJ, hey JJ, I hope that happened. Because, JJ's known for, or JJ Abrams, as I should say. Yes, I have worked with him. He produced a show that I was on the set for, so yes, I can call him JJ. But anyways, seriously, JJ Abrams, he's known for always doing things without having a twist. That said, today's review will be on the following: the Hasbro Star Wars The Force Awakens, Riot Control First Order Stormtrooper, and Poe Dameron, which we're probably saying wrong, because like Coruscant, I used to say Corsicant, and now it's Coruscant. So it's probably like, Poe Dameron. I don't know, seriously, it's probably something. We're probably saying it wrong. But anyway, here's the figures looking very cool, and this is a Target exclusive, and man, oh man, am I very happy to have this in my grubby little doll hands. This is amazing. Now, the front has, a full window there, so you can see everything that's included, and it's got a little drawing down here of the picture, or of the figures, the characters there, and that looks very cool. So let's look at the back of the package, shall we? So here's the back of the package, and it's got two little pictures there and two little blurbs for the characters. And I love how you see this from far away and go, wow, they wrote a lot about the characters, and then you find out it's only really the top paragraph. So it says, an ace pilot, Poe Dameron, is a leader in the resistance flight against the evil First Order. What does it say? He soars into battle behind the controls of a modern X-Wing fighter. Sorry, that's so fuzzy. I had to look over the camera to read it. Over here it says First Order Riot Control Stormtrooper, who's probably only in the background for one scene. Armed with specialized weapons, the First Order's Riot Control Stormtroopers are trained to subdue crowds in the most ruthlessly efficient manner possible. That's right. They give them Indian rug burns. Anyways, there you go. Looking very cool. And I really wish they had, pictures of the rest of the figure in the line. But nope, they have to give us warnings and Disney's name, and that's about it. So anyways, there's the back of the package. Let's look at the front of the package one more time. So here's the front of the package for the very last time, and I was very happy to get this set. My wife found it for me, and I was very happy that she did. Now that she got it for me, of course I can find it everywhere. That's the way it always goes. You want a figure, you can't find it. You get a figure, you find it everywhere. But anyways, I was very happy because I wanted to have two Stormtroopers. I actually have one already like this, the First Order Stormtrooper. So I wanted another one to stand together, because it's always cool to have two Stormtroopers. And this Poe Dameron looks 1,000 times better than the X-Wing one. I don't know, I just really like this outfit and stuff like that, which looks very reminiscent of a certain character named Finn. But anyways, I say we open it! Now, when you remove the box, all they're on is a little white cardboard tray and a little plastic tray on top of that. So there's nothing special there, so let's take the figures out and stand them up, shall we? First up, we have the Riot Control First Order Stormtrooper, and he looks amazing. Well, I mean, as amazing as he can look, since we've seen the Stormtroopers so many times already. This is just a guy with a shield and a baton over there. So, and he doesn't hold the baton very well. It's very loose in his hands because, you know, it's made to hold the gun. But you could probably put that baton in the other hand over there if you wanted to and move the shield around. Now, this figure looks very cool, and what I really like about it is the following. Now, anyone who's a longtime Star Wars fan knows all about Ralph McQuarrie, and this was his original designs for the Stormtroopers and stuff. And as you can see in the background there, they have shields that look very similar to the one that the figures came with. If only these guys came with lightsabers, because that's back when Stormtroopers were going to be equipped with them, and that is so cool. But yeah, this new Riot Control Stormtrooper, First Order Stormtrooper, looks a lot like this, and I think that is awesome. So yeah, it's obvious that The Force Awakens went back to a lot of Ralph McQuarrie's old designs before, you know, they got modified into what we saw in the original Star Wars trilogy, and put them in this new movie, and I think that is very awesome indeed. So let's look at him from behind, shall we? So here he is from behind, and it's obvious his favorite number is the number 11, or he's got a pause symbol from your TV. But anyways, there he is looking very cool, and that's where he would have kept his lightsaber, dang it, if they just would have gave him to him. But anyways, this looks awesome. Now you're probably saying, hey, what did he come with? Well, he came with a standard issue blaster rifle and a little blaster pistol, and that is cool. So here's my Riot Control and normal First Order Stormtrooper standing side by side, and as you can see, they don't appear to be any different whatsoever. Aside from having the accessories of the shield and the baton, it's the only difference, because the other one came with these two little guns too. In fact, he's wearing his little gun on his hip, and he's carrying the other one, and I think that is awesome, because like I said, I've been wanting 2 of the First Order Stormtroopers in my collection from day one, and now I have them. So now I have a Bill and Ted, and that is so awesome. Next up, we have a little Isaac, what was his name? Oscar Isaacs here, and it looks awesome. It's going to be so cool when we actually know all these guys' names, you know, by memory. We'll just be like, oh yeah, Oscar Isaacs, yeah, he played Poe Dameron. But yeah, that is so awesome. He looks so good, and I really like this version of him. I love the way he's got the Han Solo open shirt. He's got almost the Luke Skywalker Yavin jacket, and that is so cool indeed. And I love his little dirty knees, like he's been crawling around. Now, this figure is on the, it's coming up after the flight suit version of Poe, and it's kind of strange that they gave him a new head. I just assumed they'd give him the same exact head. But before we look at that, let's look at the back of the figure, shall we? So here's the back of the figure, and he looks pretty awesome indeed. It's got a lot of detail there on his jacket. I think that is very cool indeed. Now, you're probably saying, hey, what did he come with? Well, he came with this really awesome X-Wing helmet, and he came with this really cool blaster rifle. That is awesome. And I think that's the same gun that came with Finn, or at least a modified version of it. I don't know. But the helmet is probably the same, but modified as well. So while we're talking about it, I say we take this little Oscar Isaacs, flip him around, and then compare him to the X-Wing version. So, here's 2 Poe Damerons for the price of 1, and as you can see, he looks awesome. Now, it is very weird that it looks like they went with a different head sculpt, and it's up to you to decide which one you like better. I don't know which one I like better, honestly. I don't know. I think they're both very cool indeed, and I think it's very cool to get both versions of his outfit like that. And one of the things that I did point out was his gun does look very similar to Finn's. As you can see, his has a stock and the other one doesn't. So Finn's has no stock to it, and then this one does, and I think that is awesome. Now the helmets, if you look at the helmets, they look like they're the exact same, but the paint jobs are totally different, so who knows which one he'll be wearing more, and that is awesome. So that's up to you which one you like most. So there's my review of the Hasbro Black Series 6-inch, my goodness, this takes a lot to say, Star Wars The Force Awakens Target exclusive Riot Control First Order Stormtrooper and Poe Dameron civilian clothes? I don't know. 2-pack, and that is awesome, and I'm so happy to have it. Like I said, that's very cool to get all that stuff, and I absolutely love it. My only complaint is, obviously mine drops his little baton a lot. They don't seem to have any loose joints that I can tell, and I still think these figures are cool, so the only thing that I can say as a negative is he drops his baton, but you can put a little rubber band around that. So now, I have the following. A small armada of stormtroopers to plague my rebels or resistant fighters. and these look so awesome together, and I'm so happy to have them. So yeah, if you want to have your Poe beaten into submission, you have to get all these Stormtroopers, and I think they're very awesome indeed. So there's my review of this Target exclusive 2-pack, and I have to say I am very happy to have it. And yeah, if you can find it, I think it's well worth the money. It costs about $39.99, so it's about $20 a figure, which makes it about normal. So, until next time, I think I'll give you one more tidbit of information of why I think Rey is going to turn out to be a bad guy. So they finally release what the Star Wars Force Awakens poster will look like, and it looks like the following. Now, one of the things that I think is funny is if you look, there is definitely a blue side and a red side. And Finn, although he is all illuminated with blue, Rey is very illuminated with red, with both Kylo's mask facing the way her face is, and his lightsaber very adjacent with her staff, which she seems to have throughout the movie trailer that we've seen. And that staff, if you look very carefully at the toy, the ends of it bear a striking resemblance to that of Darth Maul's lightsaber from The Phantom Menace. Both ends, in fact. So yeah, the fact that she grabs it after Finn lights up his lightsaber on the trailer, or right before he lights up his lightsaber, I think that's another clue. But I would not be a bit surprised if these are red-bladed lightsabers. Because I honestly hope these two characters end up being brother and sister, and she turns to the dark side at the end of the movie, giving us two Sith Lords at the exact same time. Awesome!